What's up, everybody? You scared me. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Ziyah
and Kaniyah,
and we're back with the We're back with the second episode of Real Talk, and we have a little starring guest. She's kind of sleeping.
Cadence.
Her name is Cadence.
Princess.
Yeah, and this segment is about motherhood. So, what a way to start off this segment.
Her forehead is breaking. Look, it's peeling.
Okay. We're talking about motherhood this segment. So, you're not a mother. You got negative opinions on motherhood. Bounce. Feel me?
Mm-hmm. I'm about to go to the questions
and... Because my camera acting stupid, so we're using the phone. So I'm phoneless.
But it's an iPhone.
I ain't see nothing wrong with it. Just saying.
Okay, you can go with the first question.
Okay. First question in motherhood is having support from the child's father important? Yes, because...
Go ahead.
Okay, yes, because you have, Pina colada.
Why she sound like she getting a little congested?
Yeah, a little bit. From who though?
Not from who, it's just from being in the air.
It was cold the first day she came. Okay, so yes, I feel like it's important to have support from the child's father because a lot of times, I want to say 80% of relationships is more dependent on the mother to be, what's it called? To be everything for the child and the dad to do like the bare minimum. So, yeah, set her up. Maybe she don't want to sit down. Sorry, y'all, we have a baby that's taking our attention away. And she's fussy. She gonna yawn. Oh my god.
Ooh. That one, the most intense yawn.
You alright, Stace?
Are you done answering the question?
What I say?
Motherhood.
Oh.
Auntiehood.
Yes. You should have a supportive father. And your child should be 50-50, not 90-10.
I mean, and then you should also have a supportive father too, because a father role means a lot, especially to young girls. Because your first love is technically speaking, when we're talking about first loves, not in that aspect of what other people's minds might take it as, but their first loves are supposed to be their fathers. Their first heartbreaks aren't supposed to be their fathers.
She literally.
And then also, a mother can raise her son, but a mother cannot instill the values of a man that a man can instill in a boy. So yes.
Well,
very much so.
That too. Okay, the second question is getting along with each other important?
Yes.
How that's like the foundation of co-parenting, like good co-parenting.
Not even just co-parenting, but parenting in general.
Yeah.
Because
not
the kids can see what you're going through.
Putting
that affects them.
Yeah.
That affects them. Once kids come in the picture, it's not just about you anymore.
Yeah.
Hell, even if you gotta hope it's about 30% of you, but it's not about you anymore. They observe, and they see everything. Kids are like sponges. Everything that you say and you do, they absorb it. Literally, this brings in that saying, monkey see, monkey do. Because God, they gonna do it. You say, go to hell, and next minute, all you hear is your daughter tell your son, go to hell. What? Huh? Don't say that. Oh, so yes, getting along is important because if they see you not getting along, they could lose respect for you as parents.
That was my answer too. That was my answer too. But do you as a mother deserve a break?
All mothers deserve
yeah, I'm about to say okay. So now since more mothers that take care of their kids than the fathers. Yes, I feel like you need at least a week off every 3 weeks.
I think you need a day to yourself at the end of the week in general.
Oh yeah, I feel that. But I'm talking about like full time relationships.
I say like 2 weeks.
2 weeks a month.
I say like I feel like you need a weekend to yourself every 2 weeks.
Okay, so every 2 weeks. Okay, I can get behind that. What,
I get paid every 2 weeks. I need a weekend off every 2 weeks too.
right. When I get a check, I need to get a weekend off.
Okay, if I go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why does the man have ability?
My bad. You know I love this, baby.
Why does the man have ability? Why does the man have the ability to get up and leave, but the woman always has to be grounded?
You can go first. Because straight smoke came to my mind when I heard that question.
Release the
No, you go first. I asked the last one.
And I'm asking it.
Yeah, but I asked the last one.
What, do a mother deserve a break?
Hmm? I answered that first.
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't feel like the man has the ability. I just feels like that's just what society has taught them, and they just adapt to it.
Okay, we're on the same page. Yeah, I mean, even if you go back to
scratching her face.
That hurt, huh? Even if you go back to old like traditional ways, the men are normally like kind of standoffish in a way. They only do like the punishments, I guess.
She said, "Forget that pacifier."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't feel like the man has the ability to leave. It's what's taught to them, and
I don't even know what
that brings in the role of also who raised this child, who raised this man to be a man.
But you can't. I feel like men can't use that. People can't use it as an excuse because you know what not to do.
Yes, but if it's instilled in you, you can.
No, you know what not to do. Like I said, you know what not to do, and you're gonna do the same thing that happened to you, which is retarded.
Yeah, but some people fall into habit.
And you know it's a habit, and you know it's wrong. So let's not act like people don't have common sense.
Okay. And then the other part of that question is, women have to be grounded because we literally have to be the backbones of the family. We cannot depend on a man to do our job. We cannot believe a man can do our job. It is a must. And that's reality.
Yo.
Is postpartum depression real?
Baby. I did not think it was. But holy guacamole it is. It is. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it won't. But then, for one, studies of people with actions and behavior shows otherwise. So, what do you think?
I live it.
Especially when you don't get a chance to heal and or be at peace.
I live it.
Yep.
Next.
That was easy answer. Is having a mentally supportive child's father important?
Mentally support.
I hate critics.
Mental.
So yeah.
Hypocrites.
Yeah, I don't like that. You gotta practice what you're preaching as well. You can't just be saying stuff and then you're just not.
Critics.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people who only have criticism to say, and then they don't practice what they preach as well. I don't like stuff like that.
My bro wants to expose me.
And she wants to expose me.
You're exposed already.
No, man. My nipples got out.
But yeah.
Pretty good.
Mental stability is a very important part because it can tear you down.
Which is why postpartum is a lot hard. It's hard on a lot of people.
It can ruin your day.
Ruin your life.
You could be sitting here laughing and smiling, and then somebody can say the word "the," and then they just give you a memory, and you just like.
I mean, it's more like a feeling.
And everybody just sitting around looking at you like, "Won't she just laughing and happy?" Like, it's uncontrollable. It just happens, literally. So having a mentally supportive spouse is very key, very important.
That's a good question. That's good.
If you have static with the family, if you have static with your child's other part of the spouse's family, as the mom, should that affect their relationship with the baby?
If you don't like me, you can't see my kid. Well, not even like me. If you disrespect me, you will not see my kid. Cause you don't even have the best interest to at least keep a good attitude around my child. So when my child is around you, all you're gonna do is talk bad about me or talk down about me to my kid, and why would I want that? So if you don't respect me as a mother, you're not gonna be able to respect my child. And I'm not gonna feel safe with them around you. Ooh. Yeah. So you just sleep under that fan. Yeah. Then had the fan on, you just got a shower. Yeah. She did. I know. She had a fan on. The fan was on downstairs. Not just now thinking about it.
So I say it can affect your relationship because
Oh shoot, we said affect relationship. I changed that automatically to
if your bless you. You okay?
You wanna pause this? That pin her nose out. No, she don't like that. Yeah, let's pause this. She can't breathe for real. Go quick. And we're back.
Sorry, I have to her nose because
She was not.
she is not feeling it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we said if you have static. This is where I messed up because I changed my question. But if you have static with the family as a mom, should that affect their relationship with the baby?
I feel like the child is innocent, so no. It'll affect their relationship with me. Like, I'm not gonna come over your house no more, sit around kumbaya, talk to you and confide in you or whatever else anymore. No. But if my kids have nothing to do with what we have going on, a child should never be penalized for the faults of others.
I do feel that way too, but I don't feel like I will have my kid around someone I don't trust and also someone who speaks down about me and who's gonna continue to speak down about me. Because that can start affecting your relationship with your child as well.
But it also can affect your relationship if you are keeping the child away from the spouse's family.
Well, as a spouse, if that's a spouse family, he or she should not be allowing someone to
Can't
damn
stop
you.
them.
I mean, even if you feel that way, don't say it to me and don't say it to her either. You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful. Nobody's gonna think you're a perfect parent. You're gonna always have someone who puts in something else. But
And this is what comes into play. People, watch who you have kids by. Be smart about who you have kids by.
Okay.
Meet their parents.
Next question. Having a natural birth versus medicated birth. So I haven't had a birth yet, but this one has. Let's talk about it.
I'm gonna be honest. Having a natural birth was a lot better because
Then you say like your downtime afterwards was like less.
yeah, my recovery time after was way different from like First of all, that medicated birth is not healthy for nobody.
It goes in your spine.
It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for the baby. Also, when my first child, I have a daughter. She's 4. I had to get induced with her, and the medicine that they put me on, numbed me completely. It wasn't supposed to last long. It was supposed to only be like for a certain amount of time. I was numb for 3 days. Like leaving the hospital, they were literally forcing me to get fillings in my, like trying to help me get fillings in my legs and stuff because I literally couldn't really move.
Mm-hmm.
And my bad baby, the medicine made his heart rate drop on top of them forcing me to stay in labor past the time that he was trying to come out.
Like a week or two extra, right?
Mm-hmm. I was in labor for almost a whole 2 full weeks with him, and they did not want to do anything about it because I was not 39 weeks. And then they gave me medicine, and it started making his heart drop because he was already ready. And he was so ready to the point that he was sliding down after my water broke. And
I remember that.
the healing time after that medicine make you so drowsy. It don't make you don't want to do nothing. It can mess with your eating. Like you don't want to eat, and like it makes you nauseous.
You think it makes
it
you
gives
heel
you the
slower?
shivers.
You think it makes you heel slower? Heel slower?
No, no.
Think a lot about that.
It don't have nothing to do with the healing, but it's your energy, the energy that you have after. Natural birth after I had energy.
And she was up
And I was
walking
up
and
and
everything.
yeah, I was up walking. I didn't have a problem with going to the bathroom, thank God. And yeah, it was very much giving. I should have did this the first and second time because
The worst part was just the pushing, right? Or the contractions.
the pushing was not bad. The contractions was the worst. But I would not have traded it for medicine. But yeah, it's more of a draining and energy thing for me. I would definitely do natural birth first instead of getting medicine.
5 minutes already. Good luck. Okay, say views on co-parenting. I don't see anything wrong with co-parenting as long as both parties are co-parenting. Like how they should be. And it's not one-sided.
Yep, very much agree.
Huh.
Co-parenting is definitely something that's something you also have to work on as a team. And even though you're not together, no matter what, you still have to be a team.
And your child comes first.
It's sufficient. It has to be sufficient.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be ground rules. Concrete.
Ground rules. What you mean?
Ground rules and concrete. When I say co-parenting, you have to have ground rules.
Like what?
Like exposure, what you exposing your kids to.
Oh, okay.
Like who you exposing your kids to.
Okay.
Ground
Okay.
rules. It has to be concrete foundation to make co-parenting work.
Mm-hmm. I did it. At first I did, and I was like,
It can't be no cracks. Not step on a crack and break your mama's back. Can't be none of that.
yeah, step on crack, you break their whole relationship at this point. Okay, next question is it important for both parents to live in the same household? I feel like it helps kids as far as have relationships in their life if both parents live in the same household.
They have to be getting along.
But yeah, but if you live in the same household and you're like either abusive or you're toxic, it's gonna show to the kid and it's gonna show in their behavior. So what do you think?
I feel like it's important to a certain extent until it goes wrong, then it's no longer important. But a 2-parent household is always a tradition that people should push towards because it is so much better for the child mentality and growing up. It is
Especially if it's positive. If it's a
now
positive,
if y'all gonna be in there talking down to each other and arguing and yelling and all this other stuff, then no.
a child knows, the status.
So it
the
depends on the
status.
situation.
Yeah.
My kids know when I'm sad and down. They will tell
Oh,
me.
this is your question too.
Go ahead.
It said, how do you feel when it comes to afterbirth? I feel like moms need more help when it comes to afterbirth. Like from the stuff I watch and stuff like that, I feel like moms need more help. And you're tired.
Definitely feel like you need
A 24-hour rest period.
support around the clock for afterbirth. That first week is critical because you're still getting your legs back. You're still getting pain.
You're not supposed to be lifting.
You're not supposed to be lifting anything over 15 to
Your
20
baby
pounds.
Your baby.
The child isn't even supposed to ride in the back seat by themselves that first month.
Which is why that 6-week thing is good.
Which is exactly why that 6-week maternity leave gives you enough time to heal. But it's also it's the mental support, because you just went through all of that. Like, people really don't understand that when people say that that's the closest you come to death. That is the closest thing that you get to death. I literally had an out-of-body experience. Like, I was not connected with my daughter when she came out. I was still trying to find where my soul went to.
It's okay, love. Yeah.
She be big mad. Stop trying to eat me. You already ate.
Is she hot? Good.
But yeah, so it is definitely critical to have support around a like.
That's how your postpartum get to that point too. If you don't have help.
Yeah, I had a lady literally tell me that she had to leave out the house and go in the car, and she fell asleep in the car while her baby was still in the house, screaming and crying because she was depressed.
Need help? Definitely need help.
And she had no help.
Okay. Next question. If you get pregnant off a one night stand, is he entitled to a DNA test before signing the birth certificate?
Yeah.
I say yeah.
That's a one night stand.
You was that easy to sleep with on the first
one
night?
night standing? Well, he was that easy to sleep with on the first night too.
I'm just saying, like, that means you're like easy in general. Like, I would, if I saw someone off a one night stand, I would think you did it before.
I mean, that don't mean that you're easy though. That just means that you live life. You're living life
Recklessly.
Okay. But yeah, definitely, I would definitely say DNA test.
Yeah. I don't think that's wrong.
Yeah.
Because I would understand.
I feel like any man has a right to a DNA test.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Especially a one night stand.
All three of my kids have DNA tests.
Especially.
But that's for a different reason. But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Why is the mom considered the staple of the household? First of all, mom's always been considered a staple of the household.
They're the number one, not the number two.
Always, like any time period you go back to, it's always the moms who's holding down the house.
That's why I don't understand why they be like Mrs. and then his last name. No, it should be Mr. her last name.
I can understand that. I can understand it. Like I said, the last episode we talked about communication. You have to understand what the other person is saying. I can understand that. I can get it. I can get jiggy with it.
But yeah, the moms are the staple. They're the number one. Like when when a child falls, mommy. When a child is hungry, mommy. When a child diaper is dirty, daddy goes to say, here, she needs her diaper changed. It's mommy.
Says that occasionally too.
It's mommy. When it's time to cook dinner, mommy. When it's washing clothes and folding clothes and putting clothes up, it's mommy. Homework, mommy.
A lot of stuff.
Parent-teacher conferences, mommy. It's mommy.
A lot.
She's the backbone of the house. She is literally the foundation that keeps that house together. If you don't have mommy, you don't have nothing.
Carl said that. He said he feel. Oh, that's the video we agreed on. The man said he took 2 years off and basically took care of his child while he was younger while the mom went to work. Ricardo says every man needs to do that too. So we wouldn't have this conversation.
These men would kill themselves.
We would not have this conversation if y'all did. But why are moms more attached to the child than the dad?
Because the mom spends more time with the child.
I feel like the mom carries the child. So.
She carried, and that's the first bonding. The first bonding is from the inside.
Yeah. That you feel like when your baby come out, you feel like it's a piece of you that just came out. So you're already in 50-50 form after that. And you got 3 kids, so she's a 25 form. 25%. And the 75% of you, 50% of you is not here right now. So that can make you feel off, but I'm just saying. How you feel about that? The good answer?
That's a great answer.
Living up. Why is the mom automatically the one? Why is the same damn questions? We said why is the mom automatically the one to do more for the child?
Because that's basically honestly that's traditional.
Yeah. I'm already excuse me.
Tradition tells
My bad,
you.
y'all. I'm already.
Tradition tells you that the mom was the caretaker, the cleaner, the cook,
Kid shows.
the therapist.
Books.
She was everything. So, and it's based off tradition. That is how reality. That's our reality.
Yep.
We are the doctors. We are that. Everything that a man does not do for providing, we are.
Don't tell mommy. Okay. Why do kids lose respect for the mom first? Can I?
And you definitely sure can answer that one.
I feel like once kids get older, the mom is more of the teacher. Is like more of a teacher, kind of more of a discipliner. There's a lot that comes into it. The disciplinary parent. She forces you to do your work. She forces you to clean your room. Like they're naturally gonna be like, oh, this lady gets on my nerves, so I'm gonna naturally gravitate towards someone else. Yeah, that's how like strict parents are. So strict with their kids, and they automatically just gravitate towards other people and don't tell them nothing. They'll tell everybody else something but them, and they'll be the last one to find out.
Yep, the mom enforces a lot of family
And
values.
you see her mostly too.
Yeah, you're with mom 24/7. And this is talking about parents who are actually in their children's life. So.
Yeah, not the other people, not counting them. Is bashing an effective way to change a person's parenting skills?
I don't understand that question.
Like, is being a bad critic towards someone parenting skills?
Okay. So you can make a person guess, you can make a person second guess who they are if you're bashing them, but it doesn't change their parenting.
It says it's an effective way, so no.
No.
I think it is an effective way because it can bring you down in such a way, and you're not gonna want to act a certain way towards someone if it continues. You know what I mean?
It'll bring you down, but it ain't gonna change nothing. Not in me. It's not. It might give me.
Yes, it does.
It might give me. It might give me time for the day where I feel mentally unstable, but it don't change how I treat my kids.
Interesting.
That's parenting. You can't allow someone to change how you treat your kids. It might affect you mentally, but you're not gonna put that on your kids.
Yeah. The next question is, what have you learned from your children?
I learned patience is a virtue. Patience is a mother. I swear, you have to have patience. If you don't have them, you about to develop them shits quick. And I mean like overnight. Because motherhood
within the first 10 minutes
gives you one of the toughest challenges next to childbirth. Being a mother is the most testing obstacle that you can face. You are literally jumping through hoops. The tiniest hoops you are trying to fit your body through them things. You have to find a common ground for yourself when it comes to your kids. You have to find an outlet. You have to build a routine.
Yeah, you don't want to instill the wrong things into based off one action.
You have to watch what you say to them, around them. You have to. It's so much. So yes.
I don't have kids, but
you do.
Well, I have one. I'm talking about what is it?
What
did I learn from them? I learned slangs. Slangs, and that everybody does not have the same thing, especially when they get older. Oh my god, we want to fight. We do not have the same opinions at all, and they kind of like open me up to accepting more opinions from people. Because at first, if it's not from her or my mom, I don't care what you're saying.
And it was very from me, so that says a lot to me right there. I did something right. Thank you, Jesus.
I mean, a lot of stuff you said was good, but I never asked you about any relationship stuff.
Oh yeah.
If you could change one view about how the world sees you as a mother, what would it be? Well, for now, for me personally, since they're like older, I don't know if I would change how the world sees me because we don't really do much outside. But I would probably change how they see me because they'll like undermine kind of what I do. Like, like downplay it in a way. Like say like, so basically since I've been there, they've become like more teenagery, so like kind of independent in a way. And I got them to express themselves more and talk about how they feel a lot, especially like when it comes down to if you don't agree with something, because at first they were like super quiet, they were scared to talk to their dad, like, and that's not based off him either, that's based off who he had before him, because she wouldn't let them talk to their dad even when they had a concern or issue. She'll send them right to bed or something like that. But I got them to express how they feel more, and I feel like that takes a big toll on people, and they don't realize how that does. And I bought more stuff for them for anybody else has done in their lifetime except for their dad, because he's always been like the breadwinner. But I put more effort into them. Like I don't think they understand how much of a snappy person I am, and I don't take a lot of how is it, disrespect or like bad criticism, because I normally don't do a lot of stuff. But I be taking a lot, and they don't be understanding sometimes.
If I say, and I'm not directing this to me, I'm directing this to all moms, I wish the world would stop making it seem like the mom is the only one who has to risk her mental stability and health.
Yeah.
I am not the only parent. Stop looking at me to do everything. I am not the only one who has to pick them up from school if they're sick, take them to doctor's appointments. I am not the only one who they should be confiding in. Don't keep saying, I'm gonna use my daughter for example. Kaylani peed on herself at school. Call her mom.
You have two parents.
She has two parents. Kaylani's complaining that her stomach's hurting. Call her mom. Where's that? Kaylani needs to make an eye appointment with her doctor. Call her mom. I'm definitely mom, but I'm not dad. She has two parents.
There's
You
more
cannot
pressure on
put
being a
so
mom.
much pressure on one person.
Yeah.
And I just wish the world would change its views on that.
I feel like since it's been so, like, we're just barely out of being independent stage, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just got a lot of these freedoms.
Like, where'd you cut her nails at?
Bro, they grew overnight.
You did not cut them.
I cut them down.
Bro, these are not cut.
I'm gonna cut them again. But yeah, I just feel like
Mommy
since
gonna
it's
cut
been
your nails,
traditional
girl.
for so long that it's gonna take a while to break out of it. I don't think we're gonna see it in this lifetime, but it's gonna be detrimental too when it does happen.
It's not even that you need to break traditions. Y'all just have to understand that moms also need break. We get tired too. I don't sleep.
Traditionally, you don't get a break though.
I don't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So
That says a lot right there. Let's move on to the last question. What is your greatest accomplishment with being a mom?
not failing.
I like that.
Not passing down
Ooh, yes.
what happened to me to them.
Being a positive influence.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. What we said.
I love my babies.
Mm-hmm.
I wish my other two was here.
They'll be in other videos probably because we probably film at your house too.
I love my babies.
All right, so it's 6:20. You want to be done?
Yeah. I don't, and I want to wrap this up by saying this. I don't regret nothing. I don't regret anything, but I do learn lessons. I make mistakes, and I learn from them, and I apply them to my next test. The storm does not last forever. Postpartum depression is not a permanent thing. If you feel like you ever need help, or you feel like you're gonna hurt yourself or your kids, do call somebody, because holding that stuff in will eat you alive, and sometimes it seems worse than what it really is. If you don't have support, I don't know your religion, but churches help you. They will help support you. Yeah, it's really just as simple as reaching out, and sometimes that might be hard for you, but sometimes you got to put your pride to the side, and you like, I need help. So being a mother is so hard. It's really an obstacle and a job within itself. And I hate when people come out their mouth and say, "Oh, you don't work." I work 24/7. I work 3 times as hard as you. As parents out there is working 12 times as hard as you. They got 12 kids, literally. They're working harder than you. You go to a 9 to 5 when we do this 24/7. What's your 9 to 5 compared to a 24/7? I run off of 3 hours of sleep most of the time, and I don't freak out. I'm not fumbling. I call my sister, and half the time she picks me up with just answering the phone, and that helps change my atmosphere. Looking at my kids, I be like, man.
Yeah, I'm about to cry my pump.
I'm like, man, like y'all literally saved my life. My kids literally saved my life. If I wouldn't have had my daughter Kaylani, I don't even think I'd be alive anymore, because I didn't feel like I had anything to live for. My kids are everything I have to live for.
I feel like that's for a lot of people too.
Yeah, my kids are everything I have to live for.
Especially if you don't know your purpose in life.
So if you feel like you are struggling with any kind of depression, whether it's postpartum, bipolar, regular, acute, serious, whatever, reach out and ask for help, because most of the time, I'm trying to tell you, it is not as bad as it seems. But that support, having lack of support, will make it seem like it is worth dying for, and it's not. So,
All right,
that's
guys.
what I have to say.
This is Real Life. If you have any comments or any concerns or any questions, if you have any like postpartum questions or anything like that, feel free to comment.
And I'm going to put the number, a hotline number, in the description.
Yeah,
below.
we're gonna do that for this because this is kind of touchy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Woo!
Y'all know my partner. I be crying all the little things.
And I be crying because I really be feeling them emotions. So
Yeah. All right, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Share with your mother, your grandma, your auntie, your grandpa, your uncle, your significant other. Don't let your kids watch this episode. But you know what I mean. Like, actually, don't let your kids watch any of these episodes.
and remember, the top 3 commenters will get mentioned in the wrap up episode. So
Yeah.
do not screenshot in bold letters if you do not want us to screenshot your response or share.